and make sure everyone knows that we are calling this meeting to order based upon of our meeting that we are able to have a quorum online. So based on that resolution that was adopted and used also by the Board of Supervisors, we're having this meeting. So this time I will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag
Of the United States
of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
I can't do this.
It was too much of an echo,
Yes.
and something
I
that
think everybody has to talk one at a time.
yeah, well, eventually, yeah. And actually, that's good to remember too. Is when we are talking, we probably should state our name, and especially when it's time for doing votes, all of our votes will be roll call.
Boy.
At this time, we'll have a minute of silence.
All right, thanks everybody. Welcome to our abbreviated meeting. We're here to accomplish the business of school. We will have an opportunity to hear from the public before action items. We will ask the speakers that have dialed in or are attending to identify themselves and their district. We'll also ask them to limit their comments so that we can provide equity to everyone. You have more for information then can be summarized in 3 minutes. Get your information to our superintendent and she'll get it out through email. We'll monitor your remarks, and as time's elapsed, I will ask you to conclude them. If you have questions during the session, please ask for clarification after the meeting's adjourned. Thank you. Is there a motion concerning tonight's agenda, the adoption of the agenda?
So moved.
We have a motion, Ms. Rubin. Is there a second?
Second, Ms. Bynum.
Thank you, Ms. Bynum. A second from Ms. Bynum. Any comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 Opposed, no. And so ordered. Mr. Grove, have you had opportunity to review the bill?
I did, and I appreciate the new chart. That helps a lot. Everything looks in order.
Thanks, Mr. Grove. If there's a new chart, it's always educational, and I don't know if there's a way we can share that with the other board members, just so we can start to see, what is it that what progress.
It shows the percentages of what has been spent over the course of the school year.
Oh, right.
In each account. We had it once before, it went away, and it's come back.
Yeah,
Right, we
Yeah.
keep.
it's this one.
There's a name for it, and I don't remember. what it
vendor
is.
voucher. The vendor voucher and
Okay.
expenditure reports are loaded on board docs for everyone.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right, thanks. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
That was Ms.
Ms.
Bynum?
Bynum? Yes.
Is there a second?
Second. Larry.
For Mr. Rubin? We have a second for
Mr. Griffin.
Mr. Rubin. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 And I hate,
What do you say?
You have to go take care of your cattle in the driveway? We,
I'm gonna leave him there for a while. See what
well,
happens.
we'll still have a quorum, Larry, but you obviously can go do what you need to do.
Run away now.
Let me go do that. I don't want him down the road. I'll be right
So the
back.
motion carries, and we'll move on to report to the superintendent.
Okay, the first two items, 4.1 and 4.2, are just our federal annual plans for our Career in Tech Perkins Plan and our Special Ed Flow-Through Grant. So this is part of what we do every year, but those deadlines have not changed with the Department of Ed, so we do need approval on those tonight. So I'll just ask if there's any questions about those. It's the same format as we use every year with the projected funding expenditures already in the application.
I have no questions. Is there any questions from any other board member?
No, they look fine.
It looks good to me.
Okay. And I have a caller coming in, so I'm just muting that line, caller, whoever you are, just so you know. So the next item is remote learning plan. So we did officially launch our digital learning plan today. So we'll see how that goes. So the teachers have all been in contact with every child. We are giving out the rest of our digital devices for families who need them tomorrow. Some of that with preloaded content. We're ready to launch that. The Wi-Fi hotspot hubs have been disseminated across the county. So I think we've done everything possible to try to minimize the equity gap with technology. And also benefit of us being small in this situation is that we actually, can reach every child. So teachers are really trying to individualize instruction and cater the lesson plans to the needs and the technology capabilities of every child. We do have a pass-fail grading system in place for the elementary school, and then a modified grading plan for the high school in order to award credits for graduation. So we've done our best to communicate that to everybody, and so far I haven't had any issues. However, we just launched it officially today, so I'm sure parents will have questions, and all they need to do is reach out to their teacher or their principals at each school, and we can help them. Do you have any questions about that?
I'm curious how many families have taken us up on receiving computers or receiving.
Oh, yes, great question. So Ms. Bynum has asked how many families have requested devices. We plan to hand out almost 400 devices tomorrow.
And
Oh,
if
wow.
anybody hasn't yet contacted the school, is it right that they can still
Yes.
get in touch to request a computer if they don't have one?
Yes, as we start this, the question was, can they still access these devices? The answer to that is yes. Parents who still need access can do that. With the number, they can contact Dr. Bolt, or they can call either one of the schools, and we'll put them in contact to be able to get a device.
That's great. 400.
Yes.
Good work, Dr. Bolt.
Yes, Dr. Bolt has been very, very busy.
400. I hope we get all of them back.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, any questions? Our meals program is going really well. Continually giving away, I think it was 1,155 meals this week. So it goes up a little bit every week. And the families have been very appreciative, and our staff have been incredible, packing those meals and getting them out on time every week.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Kathy Sickler, our social worker, she's been amazing to provide emotional support for those experiencing high anxiety.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, that program, by the way, is, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, the program's going really well, and the families, very appreciative. And but Mandy Andy's got things buttoned up. She's got lists that are being managed very tightly, and specifically, even down to homes where there's a food allergy managed. So we really need to know that Mandy's really stepped up to quite a challenge
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah.
Mandy Butler has been absolutely incredible. I cannot say enough about her and the cafeteria managers, Julie Banks and Karen McCracken, who have really just made a well-oiled machine with getting those meals out in such short order. So I'm so impressed. They're doing an incredible
Amazing.
job.
I just wanted to note that I'm glad you put the benevolent fund on as well on this bulletin and the emotional support hotline. I'm sure that there are quite a few families who might use that who might not have considered using it before. So appreciate that foresight.
Thank you.
It was really breaking up again.
You're breaking up as well.
Yes.
I'm not sure what's going on, but the audio has been pretty bad, pretty shaky.
I'm gonna close out everything else I have going on, and maybe that's why.
You looked at it before, didn't you? I mean, I've seen everything.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right, is there any other? The next thing are we ready to move on?
Yes.
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 The next thing on the agenda is this resolution. And the resolution, we've all had time to read it. It's something that we would need to approve tonight. It's basically a resolution that relaxes our requirements because of the pandemic.
Yeah. I read it.
So so is there any comments or questions regarding the resolution on the suspension?
Self-explanatory. You
seems-
have to do it.
Yeah.
In particular, I'll just say a couple words if that's okay. This is Shannon. The resolution will relax, in particular, the policies that help us award local verified credit for graduation. That's the biggie that gets hung up. So that's the one we'll be operating under within the next month or so we can award those credits for graduation.
And every district in Virginia is doing something very similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Are there any questions or comments on that?
Makes sense.
You have to do it.
Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is public comment. So let's give opportunity. I guess the people on the phone, if they wanted to say anything, they have opportunity.
Yes, I'm unmuting all phone lines now, so everybody should have a chance to speak if they want to. So if you're calling in and you'd like to speak, just simply say, "I'd like to speak," and state your name. All right, the callers do not wish to speak. So I'm muting those
Okay.
lines now.
All right, so moving on, I'll ask for a motion. You can state your name and say, I'll make the motion, and then a second, state your name. For the approval of the CTE local plan.
Chris Euban makes a motion.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Rachel Bynum seconds.
Are there any questions? For a roll call, can we roll call, all in favor, aye or nay, just say as we do the roll call?
Yes.
Sure.
Chris Euban, yay.
Lucianne Meyer, yes. Yay, wherever.
Rachel Bynum, aye. Larry Grove is chasing
Oh,
cows.
Larry Chase.
Sorry.
Wesley Mills, aye. The motion carries. Next motion for the approval of the SPED plan. Is there a motion to approve the SPED plan? Please state your name and your motion.
Rachel Bynum, I move that we approve the SPED annual plan.
Thanks, Rachel. May I have a
Second.
second?
Lucy Ann
Mrs.
Meyer,
Meyer.
seconds.
Thanks. Is there any discussion? All in favor, no, by saying aye. Roll call, please.
Rachel Bynum,
Same
aye.
order. Thanks.
Lucy Ann Meyer, aye.
Chris Euban, aye.
Mr. Bill Zion, ayes carry. Next thing is the resolution regarding suspension of school policies. Is there a motion concerning that approval?
Chris Euban, so moved.
We have a motion from Mr. Rubin. Is there a second?
Second, Lucy Ann Meyer.
Second from Ms. Meyer. Any other discussion? All in favor, roll call.
Rachel Bynum,
Chris
aye.
Euban, aye.
Lucy Ann Meyer, aye.
I heard you, Rachel. And Wes, aye. The motion carries. Our next regularly scheduled school board meeting to have some discussion about I guess Shannon, the first thing is the joint meeting, right? The joint meeting, which was scheduled for April 26th, is also going to be a Zoom meeting, but we were supposed to join the Board of Supervisors and we're going to request bowing out.
Yes, I recommend doing that just because managing 2 agendas, 10 board members, it might get really tedious with this system. So I suggest that myself and Mr. Mills get onto that Zoom meeting as spokespeople for the school. And if school board members have particular comments or suggestions that they'd like spoken at that meeting, then we can relay those to the board. If that's okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's prudent. I mean, it's complicated enough when we do it in public, much less on Zoom. So,
Yes,
is there any board member that has a concern about that?
that makes sense.
That's satisfactory to me.
Yes.
So we will send a message over to Gary and the chairman that we will not be attending the joint meeting and why. Is that all right? Can you take care of that, Shane?
Yep.
Thanks. Also, I was looking at the calendar and this format would, according to the governor's latest message, would need to continue through our June meeting, because our June meeting is June the 9th on the calendar. So that means our May meeting and our June meeting would both be Zoom meetings, at least.
All right. And we'll try to get this all straightened out with whatever technical issues we've been having. So if we have to go to the library or something,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll try to make it work better.
We definitely have bandwidth issue, and so we need to either solve that or move the primary location. And I think that was it as far as next meetings. Actually, I was going to leave time to public comment for Rachel to say something about the headwaters
Yes.
meeting, and I skipped her.
Yes. I can talk.
You just say something now, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I did meet by Zoom that worked pretty well with with Headwaters on a couple weeks ago. Obviously, their in-person events are all not active, but they do have a high number of applications for their many scholarships, and their scholarship committee is active. And I just wanted to report that they're active with that, and they're going to do their best to do right by our hardworking students and grads who are entitled to scholarships. That's what I wanted to let you know. They also will be participating in Give Local Piedmont, and I just wanted to shout out that a lot of what they are able to raise during Give Local will be put into the scholarship fund, which, just like everybody else's portfolio that is in the stock market, has declined. So think about that, and think about our seniors who are experiencing a disappointing, perhaps, end of their school career at RCHS. Think about that as you think about giving local.
Right. Right, thanks. We have,
Boy, are you guys able to hear me at all?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you.
Yes.
So there is, typically Larry takes care of this motion, but there's a motion to go into closed session that was attached to the agenda. Does anybody have access to that?
I can find it.
You know what, I can go ahead and read it. And, because it requires a second anyway, I'll go ahead and make the motion myself for convenience. I'll move that the board convene in a closed session for the purpose of discussing and considering the resignation of professional positions and the discussion of the superintendent's evaluation pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1. That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A second from Mr. Rubin. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Ordered. So at this point, we need to drop off session.
Well, you're asking a lot.
Yeah, God help us. So, and then eventually come back into this one. So my only dilemma at this point, we've got Larry out with the cows, and when he comes,
I'm back.
okay, Larry, good.
You brought a cow
We're
in.
about to drop off. And Shannon, the original closed session email that you sent us with a different Zoom session, and we're going to go to that one.
Yes, please, I think that should work.
So now do we press, are you pausing it as the host?
I'm gonna try to keep this going, but it'll probably log me out of this now since I'm hosting it and start that one. But I'm gonna go into my office to do that, so I guess you two are
Okay.
gonna stay in here. So yeah, you do need to. Okay.
Well, you have to leave.
All right, we're live.
Okay, you can admit me, I think, now.
Yep. And here comes Rachel. So
Me
we're,
and Put
Yeah.
at 6 feet apart.
okay, so Rachel and Put are now.
Ooh, I'll turn down,
Hello.
I'll mute my thing.
Yeah, heard that.
I'm gonna mute myself.
All right, Mr. Mills, we're ready to roll.
okay, if we could have a roll call on certifying that only things related to the original motion to go into closed session were discussed during closed session. Wesley Mills certifies.
Rachel Bynum certifies.
Lucianne Meyer certifies.
Oh, Chris is muted. Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Euban. Sorry.
Chris, you've been certified.
There you go.
Thank you. So during closed session, we received a motion, personnel report regarding resignations. Is there a motion to accept the personnel report?
So moved.
We have a motion from Mr. Rubin. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Meyer. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved, no?
I think you're supposed to do a roll call.
Yeah, we can roll call it.
Rachel Bynum, aye.
Lucianne Meyer, aye.
Larry Grove, aye.
Chris, you've been aye.
Mr. Mills, aye. Thank you, Larry, for reminding me. All motion carries. And that is the extent of our meeting tonight. Does anyone want to make the motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn. Rachel Bynum.
A motion from Ms. Bynum. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Rubin. All in favor?
Rachel Bynum, aye.
Aye.
Mills, aye. Motion carries. Thank you all, and
Okay.
Shannon, thank you for the valiant effort.